So I think 2025 will be a very big year for Nintendo, and I just kind of want to do a video, like, describing my predictions for them and stuff. I don't know how long this will be. It might be, like, way more long than I could ever imagine, but we'll just have to see. Why do I think 2025 will be a very big year for Nintendo? Well, you just gotta look at their launch plans for the next year. It is very desolate, and usually when Nintendo has very desolate plans for their next year in terms of games, that basically means that something big is going to happen. Like, we saw that with 2024, with everyone being like, oh, like, Nintendo has, like, basically virtually no plans for 2024, and then they roll out with the June 2024 Direct, and it's just like, boom, 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 major game after major game after major game. And I think this year will be even bigger, a lot bigger, massive. Because the Nintendo Switch 2, it's inevitably going to be announced this year. Nintendo's basically already confirmed that. They said it's going to be announced by the end of this fiscal year. And it's most likely going to be released during 2025 as well. Even if it's, like, announced at the very tail end of the fiscal year, like March 31st, 2025, it will still be a release during 2025. So either way, this is going to be a very big year for Nintendo. And that will mostly be because of, well, the goddamn Nintendo Switch 2. It is going to most likely release this year, right? It is obviously going to be announced this year, and it's most likely going to be released this year. It's just kind of inevitable. Maybe it gets released during the Q1 of 2026. That's very unlikely. It's most likely going to release this year because it's already, I don't know, I'm like repeating myself. So what is the Switch 2 going to be like? Well, basically a bigger, more powerful Switch. We've already saw that from the leaks. It's going to be on par, from what I believe, with the PS4 Pro, in handheld mode, I believe. In dock mode, it's going to be slightly less powerful than the Xbox Series XS.
Okay, so I just want to know that I kind of just made this up based off what, like, I've seen from different rumors and leaks, but that may not be, like, totally accurate, and I'm most likely wrong on this. I think it's as powerful as, like, a PS4, though. I don't know about, like, a Series S, X, though.
There's a lot of different contradicting rumors about that, though, but I think a good number of them have stated that, and if that is true, then that'll be very impressive. I know, like, people worry about the specs a lot, and I totally get that, because if you don't have, like, adequate specs, you can't even play the games that well. But I do think Switch 2 will have incredibly adequate specs, will be far more powerful than the Switch, and I think a lot more third-party developers will be releasing their games on the Switch 2 compared to the Switch 1. And I believe 2025 will be the Switch 2's 2017. Maybe not on, like, the same grand scale of 2017 for the Switch 1, but I truly do believe it will at least be up there. I mean, 2023 was, like, almost on par with 2017 in terms of how many major games are being released. So I think 2025 will at least come close to matching that. In terms of, like, the gimmicks for the Switch 2, I have no idea. The magnetic Joy-Cons, that's like a constant in every single leak and rumor. That's cool. I mean, I don't know why they really decided to go with that. Yeah, why not? Magnetic Joy-Cons. I don't know what purpose that will solve. Maybe Joy-Con drift in some weird convoluted way. I don't know. It's just like a weird Nintendo-y thing, I guess. The C button. That's the big thing. The button, the C button below the home icon on the right Joy-Con. You see that, like, all the time in these leaks. What does the C stand for? No one has any idea. It could stand for connect, it could stand for chat, or it could stand for all of those, who knows? My guess is that it's probably going to be some sort of social feature. Maybe the Switch 2 will be a more social console than the Switch 1, or it might be connect, but I don't know. I don't really see how that would work. But it might be that. I'm definitely not rolling that one out. I don't know. I'm not really going to talk a lot about the C button because I don't really know what it could be for, honestly. Besides that, I think that will be, like, the extent of the Switch 2's physical appearance. Besides the dock. The dock apparently is going to be more, like, U-shaped, more rounded. You can see the top half, like, third of the Switch 2 screen, which I don't know what that'll be used for. Maybe something like this. That's a cool little mock-up. I like that. But that's about the extent of the Switch 2's, like, physical features and its specs that I can really care about. Moving on to the games. I think 3D Mario is pretty likely to release during the Switch 2's first year in 2025. Maybe not, like, as a launch title, but definitely maybe towards the end of the year, maybe like a fall release, like an October through December release. Maybe like October release is what I'm kind of landing on for the next big 3D Mario. I think it'll take cues from Bowser's Fury. I think Bowser's Fury was like 3D Mario devs kind of dipping their toes into that region of 3D platforming, and I think the next big 3D Mario will definitely take cues from that. Beyond that, I can't really imagine what it'll be about though. I'm sure it'll be great though, because the last true 3D Mario was Mario Odyssey, which is about to be 8 years old this year, which, yeah, it's pretty old. So I definitely think the 3D Mario devs have definitely taken their time with the next big 3D Mario, and it's going to be really great. Mario Kart 9, Mario Kart X, the next big Mario Kart, I will also believe will launch this year. Usually Mario Kart games are released pretty early during a Nintendo console's lifespan, and I expect this to not be that different. I hope it's not like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it'll be new though. What can they add though? Maybe like a couple new tracks in there, sprinkled in with some of the old tracks. Maybe we'll have every single track from every single game. Make it Mario Kart 8 Ultimate, Mario Kart Ultimate. I don't see that happening though. I don't see that happening. As for the characters, that's what I'm most curious about. I expect them to at least borrow most of the new characters from the Booster Course Pass, or at least not most of them, but at least a good handful of them. Maybe add some new ones like Egad, Nabbit. I have no idea why Nabbit wasn't added to the Booster Course Pass, but you know what? It's beyond me. Goomba? Why is Goomba not here? We need Goomba. Some new Nintendo characters, maybe. I don't know. It's called Mario Kart, not Nintendo Kart. Okay, well, you hate fun, buddy. You hate fun. Okay? How about we add some new Nintendo characters, or like Captain Falcon? Wouldn't that be cool? He already has a track in the game. God damn it! Why not add him into the actual game? Kirby would be cool. I don't want to see that being like a likely possibility though, but that'd be cool if he got added to Mario Kart. I think a cool gimmick would be if they borrowed the Wonder Flower gimmick from Mario Wonder. Maybe that's like the new gimmick of Mario Kart 9. But I don't think like a lot of these new Mario Kart games have like standout gimmicks. Like Mario Kart Double Dash, you had 2 people. That's cool. How about you add the Wonder Flower? I guess it's not really a new gimmick, but it would at least make it like it would at least make this new Mario Kart unique and stand out. Like the Wonder Flower like messes up like the tracks and stuff. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know. As for launch titles, Metroid Prime 4, it's probably going to be similar to Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild released both on the Wii U and the Switch one simultaneously. I expect Metroid Prime 4 to be no different. Probably going to release simultaneously on the Switch 1 and Switch 2 is what I'm expecting. I'm not really that into Pokemon. I know virtually nothing about it, but I know Pokemon's Legend ZA might be another launch title. I've heard of that too. I say that like I'm a leaker. I'm not. I know nothing about all of that. Maybe a new Zelda game. I don't know. They've already done a new 2D and 3D Zelda game within the past like 2 to 3 years. So maybe not like a new big mainline Zelda game for the Switch one's launch. Maybe it's like a remake of a 3D or 2D Zelda game. I don't know. That'd be cool. Maybe 3D Mario will be a launch title for the Switch too. I think it's more likely to be like later down the hatch. Definitely will release in 2025, but not like as a launch title. I think the next Mario Kart is more likely to be the launch title for the Switch 2. It's also going to be Mario's 40th anniversary next year. And I think if they release a new Mario Kart, and a new 3D Mario next year, then that'll be pretty adequate for Mario's 40th anniversary, because those are usually the 2 big Mario console sellers. But they'll probably do something more. I don't know what else they could do, though, because they already kind of checked off the list with all of Mario's smaller, like, sub-series, like Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi. They basically already released a game from those series over the past couple years, so I don't know what else they could do with those series. Maybe a new sports Mario title. Hopefully it's good this time. They've already done a new Mario Party, so I don't really see that as being a very likely possibility either. But definitely, I think Mario Kart and a new 3D Mario, that'll be cool for Mario's 40th anniversary, but they'll probably do something more. I just don't know what it is. Alright, most importantly, my boy Kirby, okay? My boy Kirby. What's Kirby going to be like in 2025? Well, I've heard leaks about a Kirby Planet Robobot HD remaster coming to the Switch 1, like in the first half of 2025, so that'd be cool if that did happen. And I don't think it's like all too unlikely, because people say, well, they already released a Kirby remake. That's like the last Kirby game. Why'd they release another one after that? That's pretty good reasoning. I can't really think of a rebuttal against that, but I guess we'll just have to see. But I definitely do think a Kirby Planet Robobot HD remaster will be cool, just to hold fans over until the next big 3D Kirby game. Speaking of which, I think the next big 3D Kirby game will probably be announced in, or at least I hope it'll be announced in a June or September 2025 Direct. I don't think it'll be announced in the next Nintendo Direct, but maybe like the one after that or the one after that is when I think the next big 3D Kirby game will be announced, and it'll be released probably in the first half of 2026, which will be pretty cool. And maybe during the summer of 2025, HAL Laboratory decides to release like a new little Kirby eShop spin-off. That'd be cool if they did that. But I don't know. Maybe there won't be that much Kirby action in 2025. But I think Kirby Planet Robobot HD Remaster being released in the first half of 2025, possibly as a shadow drop in a February Nintendo first-party Switch 1 Direct, if they decide to do that, would be cool. And then a couple months later, in a June or September 2025 Direct, if they still want to do those, they announce the next big 3D Kirby game for Switch 2. That would be cool if they do that. Okay. This video is like 12 minutes, 45 seconds. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and bye-bye.
Another thing I want to add is that I hope the UI of the Switch 2 allows for more customization, because just like, look at this. Even if they don't add any music to the home menu or whatever, I just hope they add more themes, because like, this is abysmal. Oh my god. Like, even adding just a couple more basic colors would be leagues above this. Because like, look at how many themes the 3DS had, for instance. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these came with music as well. Like, I think customization is one thing the 3DS had in spades, which the Switch just really never had. And even if it's not on this level, just adding a couple more themes would go a long way. And I feel like even if they don't go the full way with themes for whatever reason, something like this would still be a lot better than the Switch 1 UI. It still maintains the slickness of modern gaming console UI, which I think Nintendo tried to encapsulate in the Switch 1, while being a lot more interesting and also not being too overbearing at the same time. But also, please just add music back to the eShop. It doesn't increase loading times, as we saw with the Switch 1. It didn't have any music in the eShop, but it still ran like shh. So with that, there is literally no reason to not add music back to the eShop. It's not a huge thing, like, at all, but it's one of those things that Nintendo removed for no reason when designing the UI for the Switch 1. Now, there's a whole list of problems with the Switch 1 eShop, so they should probably fix those first. But once, and if they do, then, you know, music in the eShop for the Switch 2 would be nice. I'm just saying. And also, the Switch 2 probably won't have colored buttons, as I cannot find it anywhere listed in any major leaks for the Switch 2. Now, this probably won't matter to a lot of other people besides me, but I'm kind of hoping that it'll have colored buttons. Like, it not only acts as a nice callback to the Super Famicom, but it's also a neat little detail that would set it apart from the Switch 1. Now, there wasn't much backing this theory in the first place, because it just comes from the fact that a lot of Switch games use colored buttons as a UI choice, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Not really, but would I like to see it? Yeah. Or they could do something similar to PlayStation, where they released like a PS1 styled skin for the PS5 and PS5 Pro for PlayStation's 30th anniversary. And I mean, the Super Famicom and Super Nintendo's 35th anniversary is next year, so I mean, maybe Nintendo will do something similar for the Switch too. But I don't know, I think I'm just resorting to hopeful wishing at this point. But these are just minor nitpicks, won't be like a complete deal breaker if Nintendo doesn't do them. But those are just my thoughts, so if you have any wishes for the Switch 2 or predictions for Nintendo in 2025 and beyond, then leave them in the comments below, or don't. I don't really mind. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.